On the outside, the Swift sports a sleek and modern design. Suzuki have introduced a new Horizon design line that wraps around the vehicle, creating a sense of motion. Rounded shoulder lines give it a sporty edge, while the iconic Suzuki badge proudly sits at the front of the bonnet. Lower headlight positions and L-shaped daytime running lights not only enhance visibility, but also add a touch of sophistication. And check out those clear rear tailgate lights.
Sam College with your local Mallee News updates. Feedback on the draft master plan for the Swan Hill Showgrounds Sport and Recreation Precinct is being sought from stakeholders and the broader community by the Swan Hill Rural City Council. Daniel Brewer explains further.
At their February meeting, Council moved to share the draft master plan with stakeholders and the community to gather feedback over a 6-week period. Council's Mayor Stuart King emphasised that the Swan Hill Showground Sport and Recreation Precinct is a valuable asset in the municipality, and he's urging everyone to take the time to review the draft master plan and provide their feedback. Community members can access the draft master plan by visiting the Council's Let's Talk page prior to closing on April the 2nd. Daniel Brewer, Ace Radio.
And online safety is everyone's responsibility, but one major social media platform believes teenagers should have a seat at the table. Snapchat is rolling out its Council for Digital Wellbeing program, inviting teens across the region to help shape the future of online safety. Ben Orr is public policy lead for Snapchat Australia and New Zealand and says young people are incredibly tech savvy and their insights are invaluable.
We know that Aussie teens are highly tech savvy, innovative and resourceful. They bring invaluable insights and strategies for thriving online and fostering strong digital well-being. That's why it's so important to involve them in shaping healthier online spaces.
Community members have been raising their concerns about shops allegedly operating as adult services in the Swan Hill CBD with the Swan Hill Rural City Council. Mayor Stuart King says the businesses are operating under state government rules and concerns should be directed towards their local state member.
So we've had, numerous complaints and phone calls and whatnot regarding some of the shops in the CBD area and some of the services that they provide. And so really it was just about educating the community that there's things around that aren't council's responsibility, that's state government, they're legal businesses, and if people have concerns or queries, then they should direct them to their local state member or other state members, because there's little more, or there's really nothing that the council can do to change any of the outcomes in regards to that.
And locals are being urged to register for Australia's largest community cleanup events. Marking 35 years of action, Clean Up Australia Day will once again bring volunteers together to tackle litter and protect the environment. Events will be held across the region, and Chair of Clean Up Australia, Pip Kiernan, is encouraging everyone to visit their website to find out more information.
Look, it's so easy to get involved. You just go to our website at cleanup.org.au and register. And Clean Up Australia Day is on Sunday the 2nd of March, and we want it to be our biggest ever, so we're encouraging everyone across Australia to get involved and register to clean up.
Next week, the Gannawarra Shire Council is partnering with Northern District Community Health, Kooraine District Health, Kahuna District Hospital, Mallee District Aboriginal Services, Vic Police and other agencies to host a morning of festivities to celebrate International Women's Day. Pat Gordon has the details.
These celebrations will be held at the Morton Garner Pavilion at the Kahuna Recreation Reserve from 7:30am on Friday, March 7, with a free breakfast on offer. Various events will be held during the morning, including presentations from guest speakers, as well as live music provided by Kundruk's own Elise Drake. The theme for International Women's Day 2025 is March Forward. It's time to turn promises into progress. Pat Gordon, Ace Radio.
And since the introduction of free camping by the Allan Labor government, campsites across the Mallee and the rest of the state are facing challenges with the rise of ghost camping, where campsites are booked but no one shows up or cancels the booking, leaving the sites unused. Leader of the Nationals Party, Danny O'Brien, says it's hurting local businesses and communities.
And that's costing our communities, because it means that people are looking online, seeing that the campsite is full and not bothering to come, when in fact they could have actually come and spent some time and some money in our communities. The government needs to address this. The simple solution would be to either introduce a refundable deposit so that people actually have some skin in the game and don't just cancel without letting anyone know, or to have a system whereby if you don't turn up with within 24 hours the site can be re-let.
With Ambulance Victoria already attending 129 suspected snake bites this summer, resulting in 125 hospitalisations, they are putting out a fresh reminder to locals to stay safe around snakes. Jackie Marshall has more.
Since December the 1st last year, 24 of the 129 suspected snake bites that paramedics have attended were from the Loddon Mallee area. Ambulance Victoria Director of Emergency Management, Dale Armstrong, said with hot weather continuing, the snakes are out, which means we need to be vigilant. Bites can often be avoided simply by being observant in areas that are likely to attract snakes, such as near rivers, long grass or sheds. If bitten, residents are reminded to stay calm and call 000. Jackie Marshall, Ace Radio.
And whilst conditions remain dry across the board in the Mallee, the Wimmera and across the west, Head of Machinery Sales at Traction Ag, Steve Grates, has said farmers' sentiments is okay at the moment, with there's still plenty of time for rain to come in to see us have another decent year.
Farmers at this stage are not worried about where they're at the moment with regard to rainfall. Soil moisture certainly is low after last year's dry. I think they'll wait and see what comes at seeding time, which is around about May and June. There's plenty of time for rain to still come and give a good year.
There was an altercation at the Kerrang railway station on Friday night, and Kerrang police are on the lookout for the offenders involved. Swan Hill Police's Acting Inspector Brian Hanson is asking anyone with information to contact Crime Stoppers on 1800 333 000.
Around about 10 p.m, just as the train was getting into the station, two groups of young people have come together in that area and an altercation has occurred. At this point, we're still sorting through details of who is involved, and Kerrang Police are appealing to any witnesses or any members of the community who are aware or have some information to please contact either the Kerrang Police Station or Crime Stoppers.
And the state government's proposed changes to the Emergency Services and Volunteers Fund could see Victorian farmers hit with a fire service levy increase of 400%. It is set to come into effect on the 1st of July and replaces the current fire service property levy. VFF President Brett Hosking says that the tax hike is just another cost farm businesses will be forced to pay.
It didn't come in as part of the normal budget cycle of council rate. It's replacing the old fire services property levy, and it's hitting every farmer. Like everybody who owns a reasonable sized asset is paying those levies, paying those funds, and yet it's not staying in the local area where it's being generated. It's actually being distributed, across the state. And admittedly, we know the population resides in our metropolitan areas, so we can kind of see the direction the money will flow.
Between the Qumbatook Bowling Club and the Qumbatook Lawn Tennis Club, a formerly unnamed track will now be named after a local stalwart. Jackie Marshall has the details.
The track on the Qumbatook Recreation Reserve site will be named Norma Way, recognising the contributions to the Qumbatook community of Norma Bennett. Shire Mayor Garner Smith said Norma, who died in 2021, was instrumental in supporting or founding many of Qumbatook's community groups. Norma held multiple life memberships, including with the Qumbatook Lawn Tennis Club and the Qumbatook Tractor Pull Association, and was also an active member in many local organisations, including the town's Community Development Association, Community Resource Centre and the Gunnawarra Drought Advisory Committee to council, among others. Jackie Marshall, Ace Radio.
And Mallee locals are being encouraged to enrol on the Australian Organ Donor Register. It comes as latest figures reveal that more than 1,300 Australian lives were saved or significantly improved last year thanks to the generosity of 527 deceased organ donors. CEO of the Organ and Tissue Authority, Lucinda Barry, says when making this important decision, people should first engage in discussions with their family members.
We're urging everyone out there in the local community to have the chat about organ and tissue donation and take that next step and register. People's lives are depending on it. Just go to donatelife.gov.au or you can go through your Medicare app.
Another local has fallen victim to scammers. Swan Hill Police's leading senior constable, Tanya Peters, has more.
Over a 14-day period, the victim withdrew sizable amounts of cash from her bank and gave it to a person who had contacted her, purporting to be from her bank. She handed over an amount in excess of $58,000. The person had said they were investigating an employee theft at the bank. Kahuna Police were contacted by a concerned business operator in the town who thought things didn't seem right. Police intercepted the persons of interest in Margaret Street, Kahuna, but unfortunately the victim had already given them the cash and it was not recovered. This investigation is ongoing.
And residents across the Mallee will soon be able to collect free firewood for personal use from designated state forest fire collection areas starting on Saturday. Daniel Brewer explains further.
People can collect up to 2 cubic metres per person per day, with a maximum of 16 cubic metres per household per financial year. Within designated collection areas, collectors can collect and cut wood that is on the ground due to natural fall or forest and fire management works. Authorised officers can issue fines of more than $769 to those caught breaking the firewood collection rules. Daniel Brewer, Ace Radio.
See the Forest Fire Management Victoria website for more details. The Gannawarra Shire Council is seeking community feedback on the revised version of their assets naming policy, and they are encouraging locals to have their say. Liam McCullough explains.
Residents are being encouraged to have their say on the document, which outlines the process that the council uses to select, approve or assign names for roads, features and localities within the municipality. Shire Mayor Garner Smith said the revised version of the asset naming policy ensures council staff use relevant state government guidelines when assessing requests to name new assets, including engaging with the community. This is important as it ensures naming practices are inclusive, culturally respectful and reflect the municipality's values and history. Feedback will be accepted up to 5 p.m, Sunday, 23rd of March. Liam McCullough, Ace Radio.
And a Bendigo magistrate has permitted police to use reasonable force to obtain a DNA sample from a Swan Hill man accused of murder. Facing the Bendigo Magistrates Court last week, 33-year-old Noden Peters is charged with the murder of 34-year-old Bendigo artist Josh Penny. Since his arrest, Mr. Peters has refused to provide a DNA sample, and the magistrate said that it is justified to allow police to forcibly undertake the procedure as Mr. Peters was a relevant suspect in the murder case. The DNA evidence will help determine whether Mr. Peters has a connection to the alleged killing. The accused is expected to be back in court on May the 28th. Mallee vehicle owners are being warned by Swan Hill Police that intelligence has revealed tech-savvy thieves are behind a surge in car thefts that have been occurring across the state. Emma Clark has more.
Intelligence has found that an increasing number of cars are being stolen, with more than 70% taken from residential streets, driveways and other community locations where no associated burglary, robbery or carjacking has taken place. This trend has coincided with third-party electronic devices which are capable of programming or mimicking keys becoming increasingly available for purchase. Links to find out if your car is among those affected, as well as further information on security measures, can be found on the Swan Hill iWatch Facebook page. Emma Clark, Ace Radio.
And this March, residents in the Mallee are being urged to don the colour purple as a show of support for parents and carers of children battling epilepsy. It comes as research highlights the burden placed on parents of children with the most severe groups of epilepsies, experiencing constant anxiety, poor mental health, financial stress and restrictions on their social life. Carol Ireland from the Make March Purple campaign says they want to acknowledge the unsung heroes and help raise funds for this vital support service.
This March, Australia's epilepsy organisations and the broader community are coming together to make March Purple, and we're raising awareness and funds to support the unsung heroes in epilepsy, particularly parents, carers and wider families of children with severe epilepsies.
The time is almost upon us. The return of the Berry Willock Rodeo is just a day away. While the party kicks off tonight with a barbecue and live music, the main entertainment is tomorrow, with President of the Berry Willock Rodeo Committee, Jeremy Watson, saying there is plenty on for the whole family.
Inflatable slides, jumping castle, bull rides, young Jade, she's doing the face painting. There's going to be plenty there for a whole family show. Said gates open at 2, but we expect the action to start at 4, and just all depending on competitors and that, we reckon it'll go to about 8:30 at night, which is then where the music and entertainment will follow straight on from before. So don't expect to be home before dark. You stick around, you have breakfast with us Sunday morning if you want.
And a funding program is available for young people to care for the outdoors. The Junior Land Care and Biodiversity grants, which total up to $450,000, will provide opportunities for the younger generation to actively contribute to the outdoors. Jackie Marshall explains.
Northern Victorian primary and secondary schools, Scouts and Girl Guides, childcare centres, youth groups and junior land care groups can apply for grants of up to $5,000. Projects can focus on one of two areas: education activities to involve and engage young people, and on-the-ground projects that focus on creating and restoring native habitats. For more information, visit environment.vic.gov.au/grants. Jackie Marshall, Ace Radio.
Sport for Harvey Norman Swan Hill. All your electrical, computer and furniture needs. Open 7 days with ample parking. Naya Road.
There is just one round of regular season play left after round 15 of Swan Hill and District Cricket was played on the weekend, and the top four of the ladder is still yet to be fully settled. With the bye in the final round ahead of them, Barham-Kundruk has given themselves every chance of staying in the top four with a 4-wicket win over Wandella. Naya District have continued their dominant season, taking a 130-run win over Ultima. Max Thompson and Ben Shadbolt from the Demons scored half-centuries in the win, while Ultima's Cassidy Sibley took a 5-wicket haul. And St Mary's Tintinda defeated RSL by 25 runs, but the Blues didn't go down without a fight, with Brenton Caldwell taking 7 wickets before scoring 57 with the bat in the loss. The Central Rivers umpires will be holding a come and try night tomorrow, and they have secured another AFL umpire roadshow for the event. League's manager Jesse Chester has more details on what will be happening at the come and try night.
Similar to last year, we've actually got some AFL umpires coming along. So we've got John Howard, who is a current AFL field umpire. We'll be running some training. There'll be a barbecue, opportunity to meet new people and potentially sign up as an umpire for the 2025 season. So that is from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Tomorrow night at the Swan Hill Rec Reserve.
Visit the Central Murray or Golden Rivers Football and Netball League Facebook pages for more information. On Sunday, the Southern Riverina Cricket Council's 3 junior Southern Steers sides competed in the next round of the Inter-Association Junior Competition. The under-14s played their 4th and final regular round game on Sunday, defeating the Wagga Wagga Blues side by 4 wickets. They finished on top of their table and will play in next weekend's grand final. The under-16s played their 4th round and claimed a 10-run win over the Wagga Wagga Blues side. Currently they are on top of their table with 3 wins and 0 losses. They will play round 5 this weekend. And finally, the under-12 side played their 5th and final round, having a 10-wicket win to finish on top of the table in the Derek Rogers Cup. As sides continue to prepare ahead of the 2025 football seasons, the first practice match will be played this Friday as Barham-Kundruk take on Moolameen. The Raiders' new senior coach, Marcus Di Maria, is inviting everyone to come along and enjoy the game.
Yeah, so the practice game is this Friday night, 6:15, out at Walpole against Moolameen. So I encourage everyone from the area to come and have a look. The purpose behind it, I guess, just to acknowledge and thank all those from that area, because there have been pretty big contingents that have come across, I guess, since Walpole folded. So just to give something back to them and to that community.
After celebrating their 5th birthday last month, this Saturday Kerrang Park Run will conduct their 200th event, and participants are being asked to celebrate the occasion by wearing odd socks on the day. Parkrun is a free, fun and friendly weekly 5-kilometre community event that sees participants walk, jog, run, volunteer or simply spectate. The parkruns in Kerrang take place at 8 a.m. on Saturday mornings and are conducted at the southern entrance of the Kerrang Regional Park at the far west end of Wyndham Street in Kerrang. More information on this week's run, as well as future runs, can be found on the Kerrang Regional Parkrun website. The Swan Hill Lawn Tennis and Croquet Club has been recognised for their recent Country Week tournament, with Tennis Victoria naming the local tennis club as their affiliate of the month. Tennis Victoria released a statement this week extending their heartfelt gratitude to the Swan Hill Lawn Tennis and Croquet Club and the community for delivering an unforgettable week filled with tennis, camaraderie and countless memorable moments. They passed on their congratulations on being named the affiliate of the month for February and thanked the club for hosting such an outstanding event. The week-long tournament hosted over 1,300 players that competed on nearly 100 courts set up on Ken Harrison Reserve. This year's Kahuna Bridge to Bridge has been cancelled. Overnight, organisers announced via their website that the event that was due to be raced on Sunday will no longer be going ahead. The statement that was placed on their website read, due to the change in traffic management rules by Vic Roads and the subsequent increase in the cost of hiring a traffic management company, we are unable to run the event. For those that have already registered for the event, entries can be transferred over to the virtual event if desired. In the past 4 years, the event has raised over $55,000 that has gone towards upgrades and new equipment for the Kahuna District Hospital. The future of the Kahuna Bridge to Bridge is now uncertain. On Monday morning, Ben Welch will set off on a fundraising mission that will see him run 380 kilometres in 4 days, 4 hours and 44 minutes to raise vital funds for Headspaces in the region. Ben says they have launched a website where you can go to find details of the run and how you can help him reach his fundraising goal.
So the easiest way is to get on the Instagram page, which is the 444 Run. There's a link there to the GoFundMe page. It's all very self-explanatory. We're also launching a website, which will be the 444 Run, which will have links to the GoFundMe and to the Instagram. Yeah, if people would like to donate, you can also just search up GoFundMe and the 444 Run as well.
The final minor round of the Swan Hill and District cricket season will be played tomorrow and see St Mary's Tintinda try and get their 6th win in a row, but they will have to face top of the table Naya District, who have only lost 2 games this season. And RSL will play Warraneen and Wandella will take on Ultima, with all 4 sides still a chance to play in the finals. In other cricket news, the Southern Riverina Cricket Council will conclude their inter-association junior competition this Sunday, with the Southern Steers under-16 side playing the Wagga Wagga White side, with a win guaranteeing top spot for the Steers in the Warren Smith Cup, while the under-14 side will play the Southwest Slopes in the grand final of the Jeff Lawson Cup. As sides continue to prepare for the 2025 football seasons, tonight there will be a practice match down in Warkle between Barramkundruk and Moolameen. The Raiders' new senior coach, Marcus Di Maria, is inviting everyone to come along and enjoy the game.
Yeah, so the practice game is 6:15 out at Warkle against Moolameen. So I encourage everyone from the area to come and have a look. The purpose behind it, I guess, just to acknowledge and thank all those from that area, because I think there's pretty big contingents that have come across, I guess, since Warkle's folded. So yeah, just to give something back to them and to that community. So we're expecting a pretty big turnout for that one.
And that's your local Mallee News update.
Unleash your vehicle's power beyond limits. Discover our exclusive range of Yuasa automotive batteries, engineered for unparalleled reliability and performance to power your journey like never before. Battery World, power your passion.
107.7 and 98.7 Mix FM weather.
Your 4-day forecast for the Mallee for Sunday: sunny, winds tending southeasterly 20 to 25 k's an hour in the late evening. The fire danger is moderate. For Swan Hill and Kerrang, 30, also 30 for Mildura, and Horsham and Bendigo expecting 26. Looking ahead to Monday, sunny and 31. For Tuesday, sunny and 35. And for Wednesday, sunny and 36.
Colt Mitsubishi demo sale now on. ASX, Outlander, Triton and more. LMCT 235.
Right now, it's 31 degrees.